Nice. Nice. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Travis Halverson, and I am joined today by the man, the myth, the legend, Matthew Mckenzie. Do I just call you Matthew, or can I call you Matt?
Bro, whatever.
I always refer to you as Matthew Mckenzie, so it's great. But I'll call you Matt for the sake of this, just to keep it informal, since this is an informal podcast. We talk about informal shit all the time. And today, Ryan's out sick, so it's just going to be me and the legend himself, Matt, and I'm super excited to have you here. Very excited to have you here, actually. This is something that we've talked about a lot. We've been doing stuff together for quite some time now. Because of you, my whole entire ISA career took off in a sense, because you actually showed me the way when it came to Fall Out Boss about 2 years ago. Introduced me to a lot of people and helped me do that thing, and it's been awesome so far, and I really, really, really appreciate it, everything you've done for me, man. So it's always been, once again, I can't tell you how much I appreciate you, but it's really awesome to have you here. This has been something that's the first time we've done anything on Zoom, so we're hoping that this works. We could just end up talking for an hour, and this never ends up getting recorded, and then we have to go back and do it again, so let's hope that's not what happens. So super pumped.
Super pumped to be here, man. Love. If you don't know Trav, you're at a loss, because he's someone who will make you better instantly. So just to watch you take off, man, it's super awesome. I keep hearing waves about the value that you added at FubCon a couple of months ago, just all the things. So it's really cool to watch you fly, and I'm pumped to jam today. But yeah, dude, pumped to be here. Thanks for having me.
Oh, absolutely. Well, tell me a little bit, tell the audience, actually, tell everybody, because I know a lot about you, not as much as I want to, but tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure. So my name's Matt Mckenzie. I hail from Denver, Colorado. I'm married to the most beautiful woman on the planet Earth. Her name is Rebecca. She's a nurse, so she's got the heart of a saint, you know.
Nice.
But what I get the privilege of doing is my day-to-day job is literally functioning as the lead conversion coach for Community. And Community is a company that helps agents maximize their profit and get back their time. We're also partnered with Real Brokerage, which is the fastest growing brokerage here in the United States. When we joined, there was 2,000 agents. Now there's just over 13,000.
Nice.
It's insane. So really the value prop of what we do at Community, like I said, is help agents maximize their profit, get back their time, because this business is broken, man.
Oh, absolutely.
90 hours a week to make a bunch of money and not have a life. And no one should want to do that. So we're helping agents actually have a life, actually have a family, actually be a dad, be a mom, be a husband, all the things, be a wife, everything. So yeah, I love what I get to do. I help lead an inside sales team of 4 ISAs and 1 full-time VA. Our team itself will probably close somewhere around 450 transactions this year.
Sick.
And probably double that next year. Our goal is to have 1,000 agents partnered and powered by Community here in the next 10 years. So
hell yeah.
Super fun. But I'm really passionate about lead conversion, because I think this is also a broken thing in real estate and just in sales in general. We do a really, really bad job as an industry caring for people and caring about people.
Oh, for sure.
And so my number one mission in life is to redefine the way that people treat people. And because if we can love our neighbor next to us, if we can show them a better way, treat them better, like that will come back to you tenfold, 110%. So my 100% commitment in life is to help redefine the way that people treat people. And I get to do that in the realm of lead conversion. So I've personally had over 50,000 conversations with leads, and approaching my 500th deal closed ever in my career. Really, really excited about that, and just super blessed, man. So,
dude, I love
that. When I'm out doing real estate, I get to play drums. So I'm also a drummer.
You're a famous drummer. You're not just a drummer. You're a famous drummer.
My band and I got to play at Red Rocks Amphitheater last year. So
Red Rocks Amphitheater. Nice. That's awesome. Yeah, no, I love that. I didn't realize that you did that when we were talking we were talking in a Zoom call. Like, I don't know, it was like it was like a year after I even met you. And when I found that out, I was like, hold on a second. I was like, Wait, what? You play the drums? My uncles play the drums for a really long time. My mom even knows how to play the drums. But I'm like, dude, you do this on like in front of thousands of people, which is super, super cool. Did you guys go on tour?
Yeah. So again, when I'm out doing real estate, I'm a part of a band called Red Rocks Worship. We go on tour, we record albums, the whole nine thing, the whole 9 yards. But yeah, we just got off the road a couple of months ago. We're probably do about 30 dates next year.
Hmm.
And the awesome thing, and again, I'm just so blessed to like live this life, honestly.
Yeah.
Is that what my role with community I can literally do from anywhere. So just super grateful to be able to run down this dream of playing drums, but also be able to help a full-fledged real estate business grow and
Hmm.
scale at the same time. Like it pinched me, dude.
Yeah,
So
that's awesome. I love that. I love that, and that's super cool. It's like what you were talking about, like giving back to things like that, and what goes around comes around, and like talking about karma in a sense of like, hey man, you give back to the community, you give back to the people around you, that will come back 2 times. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm a big believer in as well. So I mean, you put it out into the universe, that stuff's gonna come back, and I feel like you're living your dream of what you want to do, and you love like I feel like you feel the same way as me. It's like I haven't woken up and been not excited to go to work just because like
yeah,
I love what I do. I really much this isn't work to me, and people don't understand that. Like people are like, "Why do you work so much?" I'm like, "Ah, man, it's weird because it doesn't feel like work what I'm doing. I'm building stuff every day, helping people make money.
yeah.
I'm helping people just live their lives, give them leverage, give them time back for their families and stuff like that. So it's always interesting to see. And that's the heart of the ISA. You know what I mean? That's really what it comes down to. Is people like, why don't you just become an agent? It's like, well, I only help one person when I'm an agent. I only help that family find a home. But as an ISA, I really help the agent and I help the family. I get them together. I build that relationship together. So it's super, super cool. It's always awesome to talk to other ISAs. It's my favorite
Yeah.
part and the favorite people to talk to. I'm not going to talk bad about agents. I do it a lot, but I love the ISAs. So that's awesome. Super cool. Should we jump into it? I think we should. Should we just rip the Band-Aid off and talk about it?
Let's go. Let's
Dude,
go.
Zillow bought Follow Up Boss. That is
Wow.
nuts. That is insane. $500 million. Everybody was talking like partial acquisitions. I think full blown acquisition of Follow Boss.
Yeah.
That's insane. What do
Yeah.
you think about that? Because you started on FUB, right? You're not on FUB anymore.
We're in FUB.
You're in
We're
FUB
still in
still.
FUB.
You're still in
We'll
FUB.
never leave.
Yeah, I will never leave them either.
Yeah.
Like I said, I love Follow Boss. I think it's
Uh,
the greatest CRM ever. But
Yep.
tell me what your thoughts and opinions are.
Yeah. Well, if you're listening to this, you're probably in our Facebook community for Follow Up Boss, and obviously there's a lot of negativity on that post about
Mhm.
how Zillow is going to take our data. Zillow is going to
Morons. Absolute fucking
trash the
morons.
CRM, and it speaks to the fear mongering that's going on in our industry right now, and honestly, it's really really annoying, man. I got to be honest, like. I'm sorry. Like this industry changes every day. And if you aren't willing to embrace that change and look for the opportunity in it, like you're gonna get left behind. You're gonna be the dinosaur that's still in their Rolodex on paper.
Good.
Like
Good.
it to be willing to embrace the change,
Mm-hmm.
look for the opportunity, and get to work. Nobody's coming to save you. Hate to break it to you.
Just sell a
Like
house.
I wish button, right? We both wish there was a shortcut. Guys, success is really not that sexy. Success is making your dials, sending your texts, sending your emails, doing your follow-ups, going on your appointments, writing your contracts, going to the gym, taking care of your health, like all the things. Like it's not that sexy. And so the we have this picture in our mind that somehow, and I'll relate this back to the Zillow FUB thing, that somehow we're gonna build this Roman Empire, and we're gonna do it overnight, and we're gonna snap our fingers, and it's gonna happen.
Yep.
Let's put ourselves in Dan Corkle and their team's seat, guys. They built something that a multi-billion-dollar company said is so valuable that they're willing to pay $500 million for.
Yep. Dude, it's
I think
insane.
every single one of us should strive to build a business that's a giant like that could come in and value it at a certain price. That's when you know that you've added so much bottom line value to the agent. And one thing that really pissed me off, honestly, was that how many comments there were about how FUB doesn't care about the agent.
So
Well,
stupid.
this proves that FUB cares about the agent, because Not only did they just sell for 500 million, they got 500 million in funding to go roll out better products. And Zillow is 110% committed. You can at me on this. I will debate with you all day on it. Zillow still believes that the agent is the center of the transaction. They know this. And how do I know that? Our team is a flex partner here in the Denver market. We're one of the top 10 flex teams in Denver. We're in the top 100 in the nation. Like, I talk to Zillow every day, and they are not steering away from the fact that agents are the center of the transaction. Guys, guess what? Because buying and selling a home is emotional, and why agents need to be involved in the process is you got to interact with a human on that. A big is never going to be able to take that over. Will they have certain innovations in the transaction? Yes. Zillow's whole goal and mission is to remove friction from the process of buying and selling a home. Not to remove the agent, to remove friction. That's it.
Preach.
So
God, I love this.
This talk about that the agent is going away, even with the recent announcement of the settlement with buyer's agent commissions. Like, oh my gosh, guys, put
the
it
collusion,
in perspective.
The price fixing.
Well, first of all, let's bust a myth in this, bro. Get this. So there's X amount of homeowners, right, in this lawsuit.
Mm-hmm.
Guess how much they're getting? Literally, each homeowner.
Isn't it like $5,500 or something?
No, it's $2,000. Guess how much the lawyer that represented all of them is making?
How much?
$88 million.
What a legend! What a legend! What a legend, dude! That guy is swindling.
Yeah, the lawyer's making all this money. Whatever. Like, I'm not super involved in that, but the point is, guys, there's so much fear mongering in our business right now that we are spending more time and giving more energy towards things that we think are threats rather than just getting to work and going back to the basics of, hey, I need to make my calls. I need to make my texts. I need to shoot my emails. I need to go on my appointments. I need to write my contracts. Like, those are the things we should be focusing on, not this. Because really, when you think about it, this business is going to change over the next 10 to 20 years. And it's moving. It's a fast train. It's coming, whether you like it or not. You can either take that 10 and 20 years and whine, moan, and complain about the changes, or you can embrace them, look for the opportunity, make your money, and get out.
Yep.
Like, we all and I'm sorry, I'm on a pedestal.
No, go. I love this.
Literally, I need to redefine the way that we work here in this country. Mm-hmm. Most of every other country in the world, they do not work to live, or live to work. However way you want to say that.
Yeah.
They don't live to work. They work to live. So your life should inform your work.
Yep.
Not the other way around. Mm-hmm. And so if we can all, and there will be a choice few, a top 1% guys that understand the opportunity in this and go after it. So for Trav and I, me being at Real, Trav being with Livian, there's a massive opportunity, because guess what's happening? Guys, more agents than ever are getting out of the business. More agents than ever are looking at their brokerage and saying, what am I actually getting in value? Like, and they're leaving in droves.
Yep.
And, here at Community and here at Real, we have a proven track record to help an agent start making money in 3 months, not 9, like the industry standard. So, like, we just have a better way, and it's not sexy. It's just actually doing the work.
Working. So you only get, and I tell it people all the time. I had an agent reach out to me, and he goes, "Hey man, when I came over to FUB, I was told that Fault Boss would create or convert two deals a month for me." And I just said, "Hold on." I said, someone told you Fault Boss would create 2 deals for you? Like, actually just convert 2 deals by being in FUB? I got on a call with him. I said, "Hey man, I got to tell you, man, this system doesn't work unless you do. Like, if you're not doing your attempts, if you're not doing your dials, if you're not sending those text messages, those emails," I'm like, I don't think there's anything in this world that will actually just print you free money. Like, I don't think that's how that's going to work. I said, so you ultimately got to look at the things you're doing and see, am I doing the necessary steps to convert those deals? It's not a matter of, just being in a CRM is going to convert these deals for me. That's not how that works.
I honestly heard this quote the other day, and it's from Sharon, who's the president of our brokerage, which, guys, if you don't follow Sharon, just go follow Sharon, because all of his tips on Instagram will literally make making money. So,
Love it.
but he said this on his podcast the other day, and it really hit me square in the face. Because I'm trying to drop about 70 pounds right now. So I'm overweight and I need to drop weight.
Oh, you're beautiful.
Full
What do you mean?
transparency. Like that's all a decision. All my decisions to eat junk food and to not take care of my body have led me to this point. And Sharon said something on his podcast, and he said, "Hey, procrastination is defined as you believe the universe owes you another chance to do something you already had time to do." Procrastination is simply you believe that the universe owes you another chance to do something that you already had time to do. So we're probably on this earth for what, 80, 90 years if we're lucky on average. You have 80 or 90 years to leave a legacy, make an impact, make your money, take care of your family, take care of your friends, your community. That's not a lot of time, y'all. And every day, if we're not waking up, figuring out how we can make the person next to us like better, then we're just wasting our life. And that's just like really, really sad. That's hit me like a ton of bricks, man, to be honest with you. Like, I shouldn't be waking up and wasting the day not trying to make somebody else better. Because if I can make somebody else better, like that's going to bring more joy, more happiness, more fulfillment to their life. And this is the way the universe is set up. It's reciprocated. If we pour joy into others, pour effort and time into others, we're going to get that back.
True.
Tenfold.
True.
So we have 80 years, y'all. So if you're listening to this and you're sitting where you're at and you have a great idea, and you have something you want to do with your life, don't waste another second. Do it right now. But realize that procrastinating is literally you telling the universe, you owe me another chance to do what I already had time to do. So,
God, that's so strong. And you want to know what's kind of funny is the fact that I know we talked about this, but we're supposed to be talking about Zillow buying FUB, but ultimately the real answer is what we just talked about in the sense is it doesn't fucking matter. Like, who cares that Zillow bought FUB? Like, ultimately, if you are so worried about Zillow buying FUB, you're probably not absolutely crushing it in your business, and that it shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter if Zillow bought FUB. If Zillow acquired Follow Up Boss, it was because it needed to be done for a reason to help the agent in a sense, because that's where the Follow Up Boss community stands. That's what Dan Corkle stands for. Wants the power in the agent. You know what I mean? Put the power in the agent to allow them to do those sorts of things. This is all for the agent. And the thing is like if you're so caught up on data being stolen or things like that being happening, if you don't believe that your data isn't secure, then you are so... Zillow spends $600 million a month on ad data just for advertisements. You know what I mean? Like if you're telling me that they don't already have the people that have registered on my website in their system somewhere, if you don't understand what cache and cookies are and things like that, you're high off your rocker, man, because the thing is like it does not it's crazy. It's crazy to think about. It's just nuts. And the thing is, it's such an old objection, though. It's such an old objection. And the fact that Zillow needs my data. If you don't think that Follow Up Boss hasn't put things in place to stop that from happening or had to hire an outside consulting company to make sure that they're up with compliance, to make sure that that was the only way that they would be allowed to do this, you're crazy. You don't need to be with Follow Up Boss. You need to go back to pen and paper in a sense that that's how you're going to sell houses. But the people that aren't worried about it, the people that aren't stressed about Zillow, those people are going to sell more homes. Those people will do it.
Yep.
Man, it's nuts.
And here's the reality, guys. 85% of the buyer and seller population in the US and Canada look on Zillow for homes. So if you think that you're going to somehow, with complaining on Facebook or resisting this change, stop that from happening, you're crazy. That's like saying you're going to shut Amazon down and build a new distribution system for getting packages places. You're nuts. That's not that you're not going to stop that, guys. I would love to hear. I mean, let me just ask you this, Trav. When was the last time you were on Zillow?
Me? When was the last time so with Livian, we have teams that are on Zillow Flex right now still. So when it comes to helping them,
like on the app.
Oh, on the app? Oh, dude, it's been a minute. It's been a while since I've been on Zillow, me personally. I still go to Zillow.com whenever I type in an address. What was that?
You've been on it before, though.
Yeah, of course. Every single time when someone asks me what the price of their home is, I look at Zestimate. I just
Okay. So,
click it, and I generally think about, I'm like, all right, well, let's see how it is.
Okay, realtors use Zillow, whether they like to admit it or not.
Oh yeah,
they're on Zillow. So don't call it the big bad wolf. Like, you use it every day when you want to look at listing details. You don't go to your website that you paid $100,000 for.
dude, it's so
you
true.
go to freaking Zillow.
It's so true.
So stop the myth, y'all. Stop complaining. But come back to what you said, Trev. If you're so focused on the fact that Zillow bought FUB, you're probably not doing what you need to do in your business on a day-to-day to be successful.
Exactly. There's other things you should focus on.
Yeah, man. And we'll leave it at this. Like, haters gotta hate, man. So.
Oh yeah. The thing is, and this is the other thing is the fact that if the market was busier and the market wasn't as bad as it currently is, we wouldn't even be talking about this acquisition. This would be something we wouldn't even be worried about. It's the fact is that all these people, the market's so bad and they're already so angry about other shit in their lives that they need to worry about. So might as well pile that on. Let's pile on the commission trial. Let's pile on Zillow buying FUB. What else is they going to pile on? You know what I mean? Like those types of people that are going out there and making that stuff up and like just trying to be angry, man. Like put all that anger into the fact that your leads aren't being talked to, or other people are probably talking to your leads. You know what I mean? Like just focus on the necessary things that help you make more money and leverage more time in your life. You know what I mean?
Understand the prospect of lead conversion and what it actually takes, guys. It takes an average of 25 attempts before you get into a conversation with somebody.
Oh yeah.
On an average, the average PPC lead today doesn't transact at least for 560 days. That's like a couple years. The average Zillow lead that you're buying, the realtor.com lead that you're buying, takes 6 months before they transact. Like, there's work that needs to be done to follow up with people.
Nuts.
And do you know, I read this the other day. This is crazy. So an agent in today's market, do you know the average amount of times that they call or text or email someone before they give up?
If it's agents that I know, 2.
Yeah, it's 1.8.
Damn. We know the same agents. This is like the average agent.
8, but yet the average time it takes to get into conversation with somebody is 25 attempts.
Dude.
So we got 24 more attempts before we're even getting into touch with most of our leads. Like, and we're giving up after like the first call.
Dude, that's
like,
so
guys, funny. The amount of easy buttons, I call it easy button syndrome. Like, literally, that is a plague. That is more detrimental to our businesses than Zillow buying Follow Boss. I hate to break it to you,
true.
but your worst enemy is yourself.
Oh yeah.
Your inability to mobilize yourself to do what you know you need to do. Alex Hermosi is the GOAT in all business right now, in my opinion. He was speaking at our brokerage conference a couple weeks ago, and he was talking about the proven playbook to get more business, the proven playbook to win.
Nice.
And he's like, all of you in this room know what you need to do to win right now. You're just choosing not to do it.
Oh yeah.
Because your brain, our brains are wired to figure out what not to do rather than what to do.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to use reverse psychology, the process of inverting, which, by the way, if you're an ISA and you're listening to this, you probably know what this is. It's just simply flipping the question on its head, right? So when we're asking people like, hey, what are you looking for in a realtor? Well, what are you not looking for in a realtor, Trev? Like, people will then tell you, people want to talk more about that than they actually do the other question.
Exactly.
The other side of the question. So right now in your business, if you're listening to this, here's what I want you to do. I want you to take out a notepad, take out a pen and paper, something to write this down. Write down all the things that will guarantee that you fail in real estate. 5 or 6 things on one side of the paper. On the other side of the paper, or the other side of the notepad, write down the exact opposite of those things. That then becomes your action plan for the next 30 days of implementation that you can create habits of doing every single day that will guarantee your success. Guys, we need to invert it, right? We need to look at what will actually make us fail so that we can know what to actually do to make us succeed.
What will make us win?
Because our human brains are more wired to find the problems. So
God, that's so good. That is so good.
guys, I'll say it again. Business success is not sexy. Like, back to the basics, y'all. And can we talk about shiny object syndrome for a second here, bro? Like,
Absolutely.
how many? Let me ask you this: how many freaking agents do you talk to that want the new lead source, the new leads, the new leads, the new leads, the new this, the new this, the new tool, all of this stuff? Then that's all you hear.
Oh, all the time. All the time.
Okay. Guys, the other thing that's killing our business right now, that's killing your business right now, is you're so damn focused on the new shiny object that you're not paying attention and stewarding what you already have. And this was a big aha. And honestly, like, we have spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on acquiring leads for our database.
Mm-hmm.
We are now pivoting, learning our hard lesson, and I'm just speaking from failure here. You should not be willing to spend another dollar gaining a new lead if you are not willing to invest the same dollar or the same amount of time allocated into your database.
Yes.
Guys, the best lead source is your database. Not Zillow, not realtor.com, not PPC, not Facebook, not content, not circle prospecting, not expires, not FSBO, your database.
Yep.
The people that exist in there that have affinity with your brand, that you've probably been in conversation with, you just haven't figured out what they want and when they want it and their means to be able to get it. That's it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, dude, it's funny to think about though, man, because the thing is like people talk about it all the time is like, oh man, we need all these new lead sources. This new lead comes in. Okay, like when I set an appointment for an agent, I set it for them. It's like, awesome. They didn't go 5 or 10 texts deep. They didn't do this. Now they want another lead. You know what I mean? Oh, this is a dead lead. This is a bad lead. It's like, no, that's just bad follow-up. It's the funniest thing to me because a lot of the times you don't need to build your database. You've already built your database. You need to convert the leads you've already generated. You don't need lead generation. You need lead conversion in your life. You have to focus on that. We don't, and that's what we have as an industry. Even I'd say it all the time to our living teams. It's like, guys, I don't need you going out and getting more leads. I need you guys to spend time in your own database because you guys already have 30,000 leads in your database that you've never talked to. Like, let's focus on those people. Let's focus on them. It's the reason why Canary even exists. It's because Canary is literally there to be the thing to do that nobody else wanted to do, which is to talk to their database. And that was always funny. When Canary was first starting, people would be like, oh, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. And I'm like, how is it not going to work? We're doing the thing that you've never done. It will quite literally succeed because we are talking to leads you've never talked to. We are literally every single day sending texts and emails on your behalf because you never have spoke with them before. And because it's actually, you're afraid. You're afraid to send that text message to get stop or to get no or to get not interested. We're not. We're not afraid to get that. Every no we get is one step closer to a yes. Every no we get is one step closer to a yes, and that's what we push for. We are fighting for the no's because we know that makes us that much more closer to closing business. It's just so funny. I don't understand. It's such a weird mindset.
Well, here at Community, we incentivize the no, so we actually celebrate when we get told no.
Nice. Tell me about that.
Because we know. Yeah. So it goes back to how I started in my ISA career. So Jordan Turrell, who's our CEO.
Met him at FubCon.
You don't know Jordan, look him up. Oh, he's great. Big, bald, white head. You can't miss him.
Oh, yeah. So, that's how I figued out who he was.
He kind of looks like Brian Urlacher.
He does, dude. Oh, yeah, he does.
Jordan, if you listen to this, love you, man. I love to make fun of you, though. So, yeah. So Jordan and I made a deal. If I got, and I love to play golf, right? It's kind of what I do when I'm not playing music, when I'm not doing real estate. It's like challenging enough, but still fun enough and completely outside of what I do on a daily basis that gives me some reprieve from everything. So I love to play golf, and Jordan knows that. And so we made a deal. If I got told on the phone to F off 9 times, I'd get a 9-hole round of golf that he'd pay for.
Nice.
And then if I got 20, he would pay for the whole round. I think Jordan still owes me like 7 or 8 rounds of golf.
That's so great.
I'm coming to collect on that at some point.
I'm coming to collect.
The point is, incentivize the no. Again, it goes back to inverting. Like, figure out how many no's you need to get before you get a yes, which is just a metric, guys, in your database, which is simply like, I need X amount of conversations before I need an appointment. If you don't know that number right now, you are flying blind because you don't know how many dials you actually need to make a day. Because if your goal is to set 2 appointments a day, here at Community, we have all of our agents are held to the standard of 2 appointments a day. 2 appointments a day. 2 a day keeps the leads flowing, right? Yep. So 2 appointments a day. Every agent on our team knows how many dials they need to make and how many conversations they need to have to be able to set 2 appointments. Every ISA at Community needs to know how many dials they need to make to get 2 appointments a day. Like, it's just a simple thing. And Ben Kinney, who's the owner of Place, one of the most phenomenally gifted and talented industry leaders today. If you don't know who he is, please look him up. He's incredible to listen to. But he used to do this when he was an agent. This was astounding to me, how simple yet profound this was. He took a roll of 100 pennies with him to work every work day. He'd stick them in his pocket, his right pocket. Every time he'd have a conversation, he would take 1 penny and move it to the other side, the other pocket, his left pocket. He would not go home until all of the pennies in his right pocket were in his left pocket.
That is hilarious.
Because that was the job every day. And Ben Kinney just got Goldman and Sachs to give him $100 million. So I think his Place just got funded by Goldman and Sachs. So they're doing fine.
He'll be fine.
So honestly, but it's that simple. Guys, when we say this, success is not sexy. It's simply taking the 1 quarter, 1 conversation, moving it to the left pocket. Like, it is a daily discipline. And I love, Trav, your partner with John Cheplack. That dude is so freaking disciplined, so hyper aware of what needs to be done every single day to be successful. And he preaches the same message. Like, guys, like, you got to work.
Oh, yeah. Tiny hinges, swing big doors. That's what it is, man. He talks it all the time.
Yep. And first time I got to hear Cheplack was at a Wailopo conference in California back in 2016. And he was talking about the fact that the biggest businesses are built on the backs of micro commitments.
Yep.
And that micro commitment is saying yes to something every day.
Yep.
So, guys, Zillow, back to what we were talking about, Zillow buying FUB is not a threat to you. The biggest threat to your business is your inability to do what you need to do every day. Your choice to not do what you need to do every day. So,
yes, good. Well, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to end this here because we're going to do another episode here in a minute because I want to go on to a different topic, which I think we talked about a little bit. So everybody that's listening to this, be thankful that we get Matt for 2 back-to-back episodes, that we love him for this. So everybody, I love you very much. Once again, this was the Conversion Code podcast. Matt, say goodbye because you're about to say hello.
Later, y'all.
Love you, love you, love you. Have a good time. Turning on the music. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Deal. Love that so much.